Ladies and gentlemen, second game of the day. Sharks taking on the Roosters. Decent matchup here. Do you know what? I'm not happy with that placement of the Roosters logo. I'm not happy with it. I'm going to move it across slightly. That'll do. Alright. I'm not happy with it. So I've had to update the team list slightly. Only a couple changes. Morning, Dingle. Who you got in this? I have backed the Sharks in this one. Back the Sharks. So, going through the team list, in the backs for the Sharks, they have Kennedy, Katoa, Ramian, Iro, Mulatalo, Trindle, and Hines. The forwards include Fanua Blake, Brayley, Rudolph, Burns, Wilton, and Colquhoun. The bench is Kafusi, Talakai, Hamlin-Uele, and Nikora. And then Atkinson is the 18th man. Are the Warriors out of finals? Yes. In the backs for the Roosters, they have Tedesco, Tupou, Billy Smith, Toya, Nwangani-Tawaze, Savala, and Walker. The forwards include Leniu, Iowelu, Collins, Crichton, Radley, and White. The bench is Watson, Butcher, Steep, and Wong, and then Sandon Smith is the 18th man. What's the reason you back the Sharks? Let me get my notes, and I will tell you. There was one major reason that I backed the Sharks that's not going to be there, but I will still go through all the points that I had as well. Hi, Harry. Hello. Okay, so these are my notes for the game, plus prediction. So I think this is possibly one of the best games of the week, you know, NRL and Super League. I actually think this is, people aren't really looking at this one as much as they are, or much as they were Storm versus Bulldogs or Raiders versus Broncos, but I highly rate this game. So both have won 4 in their last 5 games. Sharks are on a 3-game win streak, Roosters on a 2. Both sides have lost to teams recently that they should have beaten. The Dragons, you know, for the Sharks, and the Eels for the Roosters. Sides have already met twice, each picking up a win, both at home. This time around, the Sharks are at home for this one, and they won more recently. In terms of points per game in the last 5 in attack, Sharks are at 32.8 points per game, Roosters 36.4. In defence, Sharks are conceding 15.6, Roosters 14. So on both sides of the ball, points difference-wise, it leans towards the Roosters by just 5.2 points per game. Neither side is missing anyone from the last round, while the Sharks have both Britton Nikora and Braden Trindle back in the side. The Roosters don't have any changes to their side, their starting lineup or bench. They did have Makatoa, Feketi and Rodwell available. Sandon Smith was also available too. Both sides have back lines capable of winning 1v1s and breaking lines, also shutting down 1v1s as well. The most reliable defensive option for me is Robert Toya. Very little gets past him, and he's against Kale Iro, who's relatively inexperienced. But he's done some good stuff this year, but I think Robert Toya will be able to neutralise Iro. On the opposite side, Billy Smith has to deal with the pace and step of Ramian. I think Ramian can kind of balance things out over on the opposite side. Now, Mulatalo versus Nwangani-Tawaze will be interesting. Mulatalo has the pace. Nwangani-Tawaze can use his height against Mulatalo in the aerial battles, but we do know how strong Mulatalo is in the air as well, so that's an interesting matchup. Then we move on to the kicking game. I think Savala and Walker are fine for kicking in midfield, but I think Trindle and Hines offer more distance and precision with their kicking games. And they did miss Trindle last round, and Hines couldn't really find the corners with his kicks, as the battle through the middle was even against the Bulldogs to start with. Now, I think it could be an even match in the middles to start. In this one, with Fanua Blake and Rudolph versus Leniu and Collins, that feels fairly even to me across those 4 players. But I think White gives the Roosters a slight edge to start through the middle. Then you look at the benches. Siwa Wong will be huge for the Roosters. You look at Steep, Butcher as well. They'll offer a lot of power and energy through the middle. But then the Sharks, they've got a stacked bench. They've got Kafusi, Talakai, Hamlin-Uele. They did have Hazelton, who was massive against the Bulldogs, but now it's going to be Nikora. But they've got a much bigger bench for me, and I think their impact could be a lot bigger as the game goes on. Sharks have lost all 3 finals games they played against the Roosters, though, based on history, and the Roosters have won 9 of their last 12 games against the Sharks, but the Sharks have at least won their last 6 games at home, and at home the Sharks have won 10 and only lost 2 this season, which is the second best record in the league at home, but the Roosters do have at least positive away form. I've been a massive advocate of the Roosters this season at their best. I genuinely think the Roosters at their best can win it all, but the matchup for me, the battle through the middle, the kick in, the attack the Sharks are on right now, I think is enough to get it done. So I think it's going to be a very high-scoring game. I'm going to go with the Sharks to win by 1 to 12. 30-24 was the scoreline I went with. Anytime try scorer Robert Toya. So there you go. Big time out for Sharks yesterday, right? Yeah, that's frustrating. Frustrating. It's alright. Might have been a bit much. I maybe could have condensed that a little bit, but we got there in the end. There's a poll in the live stream chat. Feel free to vote on that. Let me know who you think's going to win. 28 votes, 54% say the Roosters will win. Peaked at 201 viewers in the last stream. 201. Mental. If you guys have an exact score prediction, let me know your thoughts as well. We've got about 10 minutes to go. Yeah, I think it's the forward battle. For me, Fanua, Blake and Rudolph versus Leniu and Collins is even to start for me. White gives the Roosters the edge early. In terms of size. It depends what Fanua Blake can do by himself, but it's when... You know, I like the energy of Butcher. Wong did a great job last week against the Bulldogs, or the week before against the Bulldogs. Or am I thinking Storm? I might be thinking Storm. Whoever it was, Wong as an impact player has actually done pretty well in the last few weeks. But the impact that Nikora can have coming back in, they can use him as a 13 if they need to. He might just go into the back row. I'm not sure what they'll do with him. But they've got Kafusi, Talakai and Hamlin Ueli, all his impact players off the bench, bigger than the Roosters bench. We'll see. And with Trindle back in this week as well, it's going to help with the kicking game massively. So we will see. Good game this morning though. Or earlier. Well, it was this morning for me. It's still the morning. And for a few others in here. It's a decent game. I would say the Panthers deserve to win. But it was a good effort from the Warriors. Towards this back end of the season, you know, last few months, they've really gone through it with injuries. Not been the same as they were earlier on, which is unfortunate. Maybe next year they can get something going, maybe. Hopefully. So I've now hit 11.9k subs. It's actually 11,907. I think there's a chance either this stream or the next stream later that I hit that 12k target. Damn. It's doable. It's very doable. 34 votes, 53% say the Roosters will win. Again, if you've got an exact score, let me know what you predict. Who do you think's going to win? Let me know your thoughts. About 7 minutes to go. The Sharks. I think the Sharks have got a team that's like built to win a grand final. I think they've got a team that's built to do it. But it's just execution. They've just not been getting it done. They've got quality in the backs. They've got a big pack. They've got decent players all round. Just can they elevate? Can they step up to another level? We will see. Looking at Kennedy for a big game here. Tedesco's carries out the backfield will be huge. Tupou, Nwangani Tawaze in the corners will be massive for the aerial threat. But Katoa and Mulatalo, they're both good in the air as well. Roosters have height, but the Sharks wingers can get up as well. Centres, interesting battles. I think still, you know, Ramian versus Billy Smith is in their favour. Ido versus Toya is in Roosters' favour. In the halves, both can create. Both can, you know, control the game fairly well, set a tempo. I think experience, execution, I think leans just slightly in favour of the Sharks there. Forward pack's fairly even for me, but the advantage is, first of all, you already asked me that, Dingle. You already asked me that. The forward pack for the Sharks. The one player that makes the difference there is Fonua Blake. Brayley possibly as well, but Fonua Blake's going to be huge. But Lenu Collins can do a good job to start. Crichton and Radley, offload potential there is massive, and White through the middle. Yes, they're out because they were a bottom 4 side of the top 8. So the winner of this game, so the loser of this game is out. The winner of this game will get the loser of Raiders vs Broncos tomorrow. Well, Super League. For me, it's Super League. NRL's a better product, obviously, but you know, I enjoy my Super League. A few minutes to go. Is it on Sky? Yes, it's on Sky Sports Mix. Okay, a few minutes out. Not really sure what else to say. I'm not good at this fill in the gaps malarkey. Not yet, anyway. Need to make my mind up if I want to watch it. Well, it's a must win, Jacob. It's a must win. These are two good teams here. So, I did watch that game. It was solid game. This one actually promises to be better. Loser goes out. Two very strong attacking sides. Roosters in that really clean white jersey. That kit overall. I thought about Warrington going back to like the white kit. Nice and simple. All white with a blue and yellow stripe. Or just V's normal. Just normal stuff. Simple design, but nice and clean. Players will be coming out shortly. Thing is, if the Sharks win, they prove me right. If the Roosters win, they also prove me right by constantly talking about them being a dangerous side this year, so I guess. I think B. Smith has a chance of starting for England. Billy Smith. I don't know. I didn't know he was eligible, but I don't think he gets in for me. Conversions may determine this match, so better kicker maybe on Roosters. It'd be Walker for Roosters. It would be Hines for Sharks. Depends on the clutch kicks, really. The Roosters centre, yeah, but I don't think he'd get in. I wouldn't put him in personally. There's already 3 centres I put ahead of him, so not for me. Not that I wouldn't have him in the side. Like, if he was in, I wouldn't complain. But it's if we've left other people out would be disappointing for me. Look forward to see Caleb Ueli brother play for the Roosters. And for the Roosters, I'm excited for Mark Nwangani-Tuase. Yeah. There's always something special from Nwangani-Tuase. There's always something. There's always something. Both teams are out. Trindle, 20 assists, 18 line break assists, 12 forced dropouts, 3 40-20s. Morning, Alex. So, quick run through of the team list before we start. In the backs for the Sharks, they have Kennedy, Katoa, Ramian, Iro, Mulatalo, Trindle, and Hines. The forwards include Fanua Blake, Brayley, Rudolph, Burns, Wilton, and Colquhoun. The bench is Kafusi, Talakai, Hamlin-Ueli, and Nicola Atkinson is the 18th man. For the Roosters, in the backs they have Tedesco, Tupou, Billy Smith, Toya, Nwangani-Tuase, Savala, and Walker. The forwards include Lenu, Iowelu, Collins, Crichton, Radley, and White. The bench is Watson, Butcher, Steep, and Wong, and Sandon Smith is the 18th man. So it'll be the Sharks to kick off in a second. Any second now. And we are underway. Second game of the day. Sharks kick to Savala, collects it and gives it off to Spencer Leniu and takes it just over the 10. Iowelu pops it up to Nwangani-Tuase. Carries it just short of the 20. Kevin Walters. Kevin Walters is confirmed as the Australia coach now, isn't he? He is coaching Australia. If he is, I would recommend he picks Nwangani-Tuase. Tedesco with the next carry over the 30 and a few extra metres as well. Fourth tackle for the Roosters. Down the right edge with Victor Radley. Up towards the 40 and a few extra metres too. That's true. Savala on the last will kick from his own 40. Right at the post, collected on the full by Kennedy behind his own 10. Already up to the 20. Never been a fan of the Sharks up the Roosters. Fair enough, okay. Mulatalo with the next carry. Only a couple metres through centre field. Done with the first minute, second tackle for the Sharks. And that's a lost ball from Mulatalo. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear. Lee versus Lee. That's what this is. Still trying to understand finals and how it works. So, if first place fourth, second place third. If you lose, you move on to the next round. If you win, you skip the next round and go to the third round. Fifth versus eighth. Sixth versus seventh. If you lose, you're out. If you win, you play one of the losers from the top four in the second round. So, scrum for the Roosters, 30 metres out. Walker, now in the hands of Iowelu. He's going to play this just over 20 metres out. 2 minutes gone. Great chance early on for the Roosters. I did have a high-scoring game. I said 30-24 to the Sharks, so we'll see. Iowelu, 15 metres out. A dummy half. Left to centre field, goes right to Savala. And the back to Walker. Fakes the switch back, then gives it to Robert Toya. Stopped 11 metres out near the right touchline. Now centre field with Walker. Switches back to White. Drag back to the 20. Good stuff. Actually makes sense. We should do that when we increase the teams. Yeah, if we can get to at least 16 teams, I'd do that. It's now with Tedesco across to Billy Smith. Inside the 10, near the left touchline. Very close. Last tackle for the Roosters. Now it's Savala. Then Walker. He's going to kick crossfield. Mulatalo, Nwangani-Tuase both go up. Nwangani-Tuase knocks it backwards. Radley flicks onto Toya in the corner. Steps back inside. He's going to be stopped a metre or two short of the try line. Well, Sharks deal with early pressure. They deal with it. Fair play to them. See, now it's going down from 37. What do you mean? The views or something? Is that what you mean? Got to end the poll. I'm not sure what you meant. Is that the poll or the timer? Oh, right, yeah. Different broadcasters. Yes, Harry, I've been describing how the game's going. Unless you disappeared, I don't know. We're a few minutes in. Rudolph with the next carry over the 20. About 25 out from his own try line. 4 minutes gone, fourth tackle. Trindle. Puts boot to ball. Plenty of distance on this one. Bounces on the 20. Great kick. This is what I was talking about. It's all the way on the 10. Collected by Nwangani Tawaze. Trindle is going to be huge for the kicking game in this one. It's now with Tupou. Eating up a few metres through centre field. Just shy of the 20. And it's now with Smith down the left edge. Coming up towards the 30. 4.5 minutes gone. Angus Crichton through centre field. Knows how to get an offload or two. Trindle's played better than Hines. I agree. Last tackle. Just shy of the halfway line. Savala will kick on the last. Kennedy collects it just in front of his own 10. 5 minutes gone. Launches it left. Now with Mulatalo, one of the fastest in the game. He's stopped just over the 20. Good defence from Toya. He's their Umaila Hanley. He is their version of Hanley. Katoa with a carry up towards the 30 through centre field. Third tackle for the Sharks. Brayley down the right edge to Hines. Bit of space behind the ruck. It was a strong hit. Crowd's not happy. 5.5 minutes gone. Fanua Blake with the next carry over halfway. So territory looking slightly better for the Sharks right now. Definitely helped with that long kick from Trindle. It's right to Hines. He needs to find the corner here, if possible. It's going to come down on the 10 roughly. But Fanua Blake tries to go at any time. He might do. He's had a good handful this year, actually. So he might do. It's with Radley. Carries it up towards their 30. Next carry from Lindsay Collins. $5. Well, best of luck to you. Best of luck. Down the right edge with Tedesco. Goes himself. Strong run there. Trindle lets him go through, though. Up towards halfway. 2 tackles to go. Walker on his left to White. Up towards the 40. And last tackle, Ayuelu left to Walker. Plenty of height on this one. Walker might have been taken out off the ball. Bounces once. Batted backwards by the Roosters. Then collected by Nico Hines. Just short of the 20. Nearly 7 minutes gone. With Ramian with the first carry of this set. He had a really good start to the year. I think he might have... I haven't paid too much attention, but I feel like he might have dropped off second half of the year. But first half of the year was great. 67% completion rate for the Roosters the Sharks so far. 100% for the Roosters. But it's not been that many sets, so that'll change. McLovin is back. Spent your time in the gap going for a joyride. Oh, nice. Very nice. Hines will kick from his own 40. Nico, you got to stop doing this, mate. You got to find the corners, lad. Just sort of happy-go-lucky kicking. Oh, it's all right. We'll just do a nice little chip down the touchline. It's no big deal. Find the corners, Nico. Smith with a carry up towards the 30. Savala gives it to Nwangani Tawaze. They're still on the 30, but he's shifting down the right edge, looking for an offload. Still going up towards the 40. Surely he gets in the Aussie side. Surely. And a 6 again for the Roosters. Tedesco left to Collins in centre field. Straight into Hines over the halfway line. Great territory again for the Roosters. Ayuelu goes short side left to Walker. Back inside to Tedesco. Drops the ball. I planned on doing season preview videos at the start of the year. I did them all for Super League. I was going to do some for the NRL, but nobody watched them, so I just deleted them. I made like 9 videos or something. I might have made 12 videos, and I just deleted them all because barely anyone saw them. But there was a point I made about Hines on the Sharks, and there's a kind of a longer point. I might need to wait till half-time to talk about this because it could just drag on. But there's a point... Yeah, I'll wait till half-time, unless I get a break. Toya loses the ball on the 30. I don't know why the Roosters had the scrum in the first place. I thought they dropped it, but anyway, they have lost it now. I'll make the point now. So I remember there was a clip on TikTok from a podcast. A guy was talking about something called the region beta paradox. It means that if your situation was more difficult, or if you were in a worse spot, you would make a change, or you would be more likely to make a change. His concept he put out was, if you need to travel a mile, you'd walk it. If you need to travel 2 miles, you'd drive it. So you'd get to 2 miles quicker instead of 1, because you will do something different to get there faster. Applying that to the Sharks, they need Hines to be a worse player than he is, so they can move on from him. They obviously want him to be better, but the amount they pay him, I think they need Hines to be a worse player than he is in order to actually move on from the amount that they pay him and get somebody else in there. Might be a hot take, but I think they've got to move on from Hines. Either he needs to get better, but I think they love him too much that they won't get rid of him or replace him. He's not elite enough, but in their heads he is. But he's not. So I think they need Hines to be worse, so they will move on. There you go. That's my take. Last tackle for the Sharks, as I've been nattering on. Left to Trindle, puts boot to ball, kicks towards the back left. Nwangani Tuaze will go up, collects cleanly. What an absolute reliable son of a gun this guy is. I agree he's no good in pressure games. Hines can get better. Watson is right. He's too placid. Yeah, it's just needs more aggression. More speed, more energy, more aggression from Hines. Jimmy. Hope the Sharkies win, but I won't believe it. But I believe they won't, is what you said, sorry. We'll see. There's a mistake here from Savala. 11 minutes gone. Turn over the ball in midfield. But yeah, there's a bit of a break. So the point that I'm making there, obviously, is Hines is a good player. I think we can all agree he is a good player, but he's getting elite money. And he's not going to elevate a team to that level. So either he has to find that level, and even if he doesn't, if he stays where he is, I think the Sharks will just be happy paying him that money anyway, because they think he's at that level when he's not. So if he becomes a bad player, that would be an advantage for the Sharks, because then they'll move on and make a change. Fanua Blake gives it to Colquhoun, takes a carry down the right edge up towards the 20. Hines can do great stuff, by the way. He has great games. But to elevate them to a grand final, he needs to step up. He's had a much better year this year. 28 minutes to go in this first half. 12 minutes gone. Centre field with Hines. Go on, lad. Colquhoun, 5 metres out. Great chance for the Sharks here. For the first points of the game. Left to Hines. Pops it up to Wilton. And he's going to drop the ball. So a few mistakes back and forth here. Sharks did same with Moylan prior. He was so-so and then kept in for ages. There was a point where Moylan was paired with Hines, and when Hines was out, Moylan actually stepped up and he was really important. I don't know where Moylan is now, actually. Anyone have a clue what he's doing? Did he retire? Like, what's he up to these days? I swear Penrith wins this series. Well, let's just wait and see. There's no aggro in him. Sometimes needs to fire up. Yeah. Billy Smith with a carry down the left edge on the 20. Getting dragged back a couple metres. 13 minutes gone in the first half. Third tackle. Spencer Leniu through centre field. Up towards the 20 again. 3 defenders bringing him down. White with the next carry up towards the 30. Team so desperate. Desperate four halves, I assume you meant. Look at Newcastle paying Brown to go there. That's a ridiculous signing. Ridiculous. Why they've paid that. Why they've gone for him of all people. Brown can be a good player, but he's at no point in his career has proven he can direct a team, lead a team, carry a team. At no point. There's no evidence. Absolutely no evidence, yet they pay 10 mil over 10 years. It makes no sense. Wilton with a carry over the 40. 14 minutes gone. Damus, that gets right on my nerves, that one. I know, yeah, that is unbelievable. Unbelievable. Again, Galvin's not even a proven 7. He's not even proven in this league, yet they want to shift Sexton over. Some people, honestly. There's a slip over from Kennedy. Ball is dropped backwards by Savala, collected by Toya. It's just me ranting at stuff at the moment. It's less commentary, it's just me ranting. Nearly 15 minutes gone. And a penalty. Hines giving one away. There you go, Nico. Maybe just put that energy in the right places, yeah? Like, the Knights, they've got no direction in the halves. They've got, Ponga at 1. And they had, who was it? Was it Sharp? Looked pretty good at 6, and then Cogger at 7. Like, they can be good players. Decent balance between the two, but they're not elite players. You want to change the game, and what you want to do? You want to give away $1 million a year to Brown? Really? 15 minutes gone. Walker switches back to Collins, up towards the 30. Ayuelu in centre field, goes left to Walker. Pops it up to White on his outside, up towards the 20. Great chance for the Roosters now. Offload to Crichton, gives it to Walker. Wants to switch back from Tedesco, gives it to him. Tedesco makes a couple of extra metres there. Ayuelu on the 3rd, goes right to Walker. Out the back to Savala. Now Toya. Trying to get around Iro. He is brought down 9 metres out near the right touchline. 2 tackles to go. Nwanganitawaze on his left to Savala. Now Walker. Right to Collins. Stopped on the 10 in centre field. Right to Walker. Chips towards the back right. Nwanganitawaze versus Ronaldo Mulatalo. Slaps it inside. Kennedy has it. And it is going to be goal line dropout. Okay. Like there was in Tino Deal. He's free to speak to other clubs in November, even though he has like 8 years left. Right, okay. Damn. Luai's better than Brown. Luai has played well at 7, steering teams around in the NRL and international. True. I think for Samoa against England, like Samoa couldn't take their strongest side, but Luai actually gave them something. Oof, almost. That could have been a knock-on from Savala, but it does go backwards. But yeah, when Cleary was out as well, as you mentioned, Damus, Luai had to play as the 7 and actually learnt a bit of that craft. So I think I'd rather play Luai. I wouldn't use Luai as my go-to in the halves to change the identity of my team. But between him and Brown, I'm taking Luai. 17 minutes gone, 23 minutes to go in the first half. 3rd tackle for the Roosters, now in centre field with Walker. Out the back to Savala, switches back to Radley. He takes it up towards the 10. 4th tackle in between the sticks. Ayuelu, left to White. He's going to be stopped a metre or 2 in front of the try line. Left of the post. Ball pops out, I think that's a loose carry. It is. That's a lost ball from Naufahu White. He's had a good year this year. There's a bit of pressure that the Sharks been dealing with in the last few minutes. And a bit of luck there. Andrew Johns, yeah, it could be all the way back to Johns. Cleary's had a great team around him. You're going to use that to downplay Cleary's achievements. Oh, you're speaking to David. Luai is the quintessential number 6. He has no impact without a good 7 next to him. I can kind of get on board with that. I think he can elevate a team, but I think he would need a number 7 next to him. I think Dewey helps, but I don't think him or Finu is going to be the guy to really help properly. So 21.5 minutes to go. Fanua Blake. With a carry up towards the 30. Last tackle. Brayley across to Trindle. Plenty of height, not much distance though. Could be an awkward one. Bounces straight up. Oof, I think that's, yeah, that's a Roosters ball. A Roosters ball. Was that to me or McLovin? I think it was to McLovin, I think. I don't know. Over the 40. Roosters in possession. Nearly done with the first quarter. We're getting there. It's with Walker. Switches back to Collins. He's going to play this just over 30 metres out. Third tackle for the Roosters down the left-hand side of the field. Aiwelu goes right to Walker in centre field. Out the back to Savala. Now with Tedesco. Over on the right edge with Toya. Up towards the 20. 2 tackles to go. Back towards the middle to Savala. Now Walker. Switches back to White. Takes it back over the 20. Still going. Up towards the 10. Great carry from Naufahu White. Last tackle. 10 metres out. Aiwelu. Looks left. Goes right to Savala. Out the back to Tedesco. Across to Nwangani Tawaze. Under pressure. No way he's kept that in. He kept his foot up. I can't believe it. It's still going. Kick through from Savala. Over the dead ball line. God, the Sharks deal with another one. Nwangani Tawaze. What an absolute freak of nature. God, he's so good. Cleary is a goat. He'll be an immortal one day. Absolutely. I hope that people feel that you can give him enough flowers now and not wait till he retires. I feel like people are starting to appreciate him more as the years go by, but yeah, he's one hell of a player. Third tackle for the Sharks. Katoa will scoot from dummy half over his own 40 up towards halfway. Sharks need a bit more up front. So maybe a change in the forwards soon. Or the kicks need to be finding the corners. Burns with a chip over the top. Ramian chases. Maybe too much on this one. Tedesco lets it run dead. There's a push there in the back. That's not great. That's not great. Looks like Roosters will make the first change. Butcher and Watson to come on very shortly. Do you know what? I actually think if the Sharks can keep these guys on for as long as possible, I think it suits the Sharks because they've got more impact. Save the impact for later. So I'm actually okay with that. Watson is now on. I'm a big fan of Watson. Crichton in possession. Push back a couple metres. Watson on his right to Butcher. Butcher's not a big player, but he brings a lot of energy. Good runs, a lot of energy. And there you go. Draws in a penalty there for the Roosters. 18 minutes to go. Sharks under quite a bit of pressure. Territory not looking good for them. They had one great kick from Trindle. But shoulder charge from Fano Blake. Oh dear. No more action. So a kick from the 40 from Savala. Goes into touch. And the Roosters will start a brand new set. 10 metres out. Great chance for the Roosters. The tap from Smith. Hands it off to Walker. Now with Collins. He's going to play this 4 metres out left of the post. Watson. Right to White. Carries it between the sticks. Plays it in front of the right post by about 4 metres. Maybe 5. 6 again as well. Watson goes left to Savala. Now Walker. Pops up to Crichton. Wrapped up 8 metres out left of the post. 17 minutes to go. Watson, short side left to Walker. Then on his right to Butcher. Stepping. He's going to play this 2 metres out left of the post again. Plays it for Watson. Right to Walker. Under pressure. Gets it off to Savala. Out the back to Tedesco. Across to Nwangani Tawaze in the right corner. Going himself. This guy, if he does not get in the Kangaroos side, it is going to be an absolute piss take. Nwangani Tawaze with a try in the corner. What a year he's having. What a year he's having. Absolute freak of nature, this guy. If he doesn't make it, I swear to God there's something wrong. Well done. So there we have it. 4-0 for the Roosters. Nwangani Tuaze with the first try of the game. Crazy finisher and sets him up. Absolutely. How does he do it? I don't know. I do not know. Now, I have a slightly... People might not agree with what I'm going to say here. It sounds contradictory at first, but there's like slightly different opinions on this. So in the halves for England, I think the halves should still be George Williams and Harry Smith. Even though Mikey Lewis and Jake Connor, they've had better years. So I don't mind those two being in the squad, but I still think we should start Williams and Smith because it works. It works for us. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. But I still think Lewis and Connor have earned spots in the squad. Maybe Lewis is 14 off the bench, Connor as a utility in the backs. But with players like towards the edges, like centres and wingers, I feel like it's less about if it ain't broke, don't fix it, and more based on form. In my opinion. So Nwangani Tuaze, you might want to put Lomax on the right wing, you know. He'd do a great job. Great for New South Wales, great for Australia. He'd do a great job. But Nwangani Tuaze, I think his form is so much higher. He's done so much great stuff this year that he just has to be in the side. Without question. You cannot find a better player on the right wing than Nwangani Tuaze this year, in my opinion. You cannot. It is, for me, it's Coates on the left all day. The kick from Walker is no good. Connor and Lewis would struggle in defence massively. That's actually, there's a good point I forgot to mention. People don't notice how good Williams is defensively. Williams is such a brick wall in defence. So, he's going to be huge. You see some of the tackles that he makes? Whether it be, like, against a big guy or last-ditch tackles, he puts his body on the line. I think Williams would be huge defensively as well. We'd need Hanley to just put him in his pocket. Yeah, I think... Honestly, at this... Okay. Honestly, at this point... If I was making the call, I start Hanley over Wardle. Farnworth goes left centre, Hanley right centre. That's, I think at this point, I'd make that call. Nwangani Tuaze with a carry over the 20, up towards the 30. Look at him go. Look at him go. Butcher with a carry up towards the 30. Need something from the Sharks soon. Bit of energy, bit of a change somewhere. Unless Tyson Gamble becomes a right winger, Marky Mark is the best option. I kind of like Tyson Gamble, actually. It's not like gonna take you to the next level, but I think there's a few teams that could do with somebody like him. He's undervalued sometimes. Nothing crazy, but he's all right. Kennedy underneath the high ball. He knocks on. Referee says Roosters knock on, I think. 14 minutes to go. They will challenge this. I think Samoa should pick Tyrone May. I know you're asking Alex, but I would say I'd say no. I think Luai and Talangi should be the halves. Maybe Lino. You could take Mason Lino. But for me, Luai and Talangi. I think that touches Kennedy first. All hail the Gamble King. The Gambling King, yeah. I thought Kennedy got a touch on it, but it's going to be inconclusive. So the Roosters retain a challenge. I'm not sure. Not sure about that. KR off first, Damus. They're at the top. If they win later today, they win the League Leaders Shield. The minor premiers, for translation. Gaelito has to play this again. Should Teddy's cheeks be considered a tripping hazard? Maybe. Slippery when wet. And now a penalty for the Sharks. They get to work the ball at the field. How can it be underrated like how Raiders are underrated? Many did not have Raiders in it. Not like that, Damus. I'd say it's like Hull KR don't have a squad that's like best in position players. They've got yeah, actually KR, I don't know if they've got a single player that's like best in position in the league, but they've got great players, like top fives in a lot of positions all throughout the squad. It's that kind of thing. Hines in centre field, 30 metres out. Hamlin Ueli with a carry. Bumps off one. Up towards the 20. 2 tackles to go for the Sharks. Still no points. It's with Kafusi. He's going to play this ball 13 metres out. And there's is that a knock-on? Forward pass? Okay. All right. Well, a mistake from the Sharks. Bloody hell. People only really see like Lewis, Burgess, Tanganoa, Hiku doing really, really good. Yeah, they've just got great players all around. So like, great fullback, not the best in the league. Great wingers, not the best in the league. But they're still great. Great centres, not the best in the league. Great halves, not the best in the league. Great hooker, great props. But it's just like individually, not the best. But they're all top 10 at minimum. So all throughout the squad, it just works out. So they've got a great squad. Sharks going to challenge the call here. But like best defence, yeah, and the defence is just really, really good. It's going to be a loose ball here from Tupou. And the Roosters turn over possession inside their own red zone. Oh dear. Hiku been underrated his entire career, NRL and international. Well, he's had plenty of game time in rep footy. So at least he gets the New Zealand jersey. Whether he'll be there again next year, or this year, I mean. Don't know, we'll see. Hines out the back to Kennedy. It's going to be stopped just short of the 10. Can we get some points soon? Brayley on his right to Wilton. Now with Hamlin Ueli stopped on the 10. 11.5 to go. Brayley. Right to Kafusi. Brayley right at the post. Goes left to Hines. Left to Trindle. Across to Ido. Smashed into by Nwangani Tawaze. What a hit that is. 7 metres out. Trindle on his right to Hines in centre field. Loses the ball. Maybe backwards. Collected by Kennedy. Still the 4th. Shifting down the right edge. It's now with Burns across to Katoa. Takes it back towards the 10. Looking a bit uncomfortable for the Sharks here. Ramian trying to crash over on the last. I like this choice actually. They turn over the ball right in front of the try line. I like that. I like it. Do you think the do you think Sparks? Who do you think? Oh, I read that wrong. That was me just being silly. Bear with me. Who do you think Sparks Sharks back into this? You're picking Mulatalo or Trindle. I would have said Hazelton. I think through the middle Talakai. I think in general Trindle does something. Trindle makes it happen, I think. So penalty for the Roosters as well. Not clearing the ruck. I like Talakai. I really liked him as a centre over the last few years, but, you know, he's a big bloke. Use him through the middle. I get it. But he's, you know, good for rotation. Maybe you can get some game time as a 13 in future. Maybe use him as that kind of option, like the Naufahu White type player. Something like that. Can play front row. Use him in the back row, centre. You know, all purpose. CSC for Talakai. 40 metres out, Savala right to Tedesco. Pops up to Toya. Gets off a break here. Up towards the 20. Who scored first try? It was Nwanganitawaze. Walker goes left to Savala. Down the left edge. 15 metres out. 2 tackles to go. Watson on his right to Butcher. Out the back to Walker. Pops up to Radley. Takes it over the 10. Now 6 metres out. Right at the post. 9 minutes left. Last tackle. Watson pops it up to Collins. Wrapped up. Look for an offload maybe. He's stopped a metre or two short the try line. So from one end of the field to the other, the penalty certainly helped, of course. Sharks have really been dealing with this. They've really been dealing with a lot. Ramian with the first carry of this set. He's pushed back over the 10. Sharks need something. Trindle with a 20-40 possibly, or a 40-20. One or the other. They need something with the kicking or the carries. And it's going to be a penalty for the Sharks, not clearing the ruck. 8.5 minutes to go. Yeah, the Sharks need something. They need something in this game. I do think it'll be Trindle that provides it, but I don't know. Maybe Nicola down the right edge, possibly. Huge for line breaks. Maybe. We'll see. So penalty, into touch, and the Sharks will start a fresh set just short of the halfway line. It's a tap from Ramian. Now it's with Hines. Now for Noah Blake. Or is that Talakai? They got the same hairstyle. It is Talakai. Let's go, Siasifa. Let's go, lad. It's the hairstyle and beard looks very similar at first, but I think Talakai's beard is longer. Brayley switches back to Talakai. Go on, lad. Gets an offload to Kafusi. There he is. There's the spark. There it is. 7.5 to go. Right to Hines. Takes a carry up towards the 20. 4th tackle. Brayley. Left to Trindle. Pops it up to Wilton. Plays this 11 or 12 metres out left of the post. Last tackle. Brayley. Kicks the ball through. Oh, awkward one. Collected by Tedesco. He is tackled in goal, and that is going to be a dropout for the Roosters. 7 minutes to go. Is Salford the only Super League club that's struggling financially? At this extent, yes. Every club still basically loses money. The difference being that our club's owners can just, like, put up the money to cover it. So, clubs still lose money. That's the issue. We need our TV deals to be worth more. And we need more people in the stadium as well. Attendances need to grow. Brayley, shifting right, hands it off to Talakai. Just over 6 minutes to go. 3rd tackle for the Sharks. 25 out. Or make that 15, sorry. Hines in centre field. Pops it across to Wilton. Stopped on the 10, or just over it. Left of the post, Brayley. Right to Hines. Now with Kafusi. Between the sticks, 6 minutes to go. Gets an offload to Brayley. Right to Talakai. Stopped. Inches short the try line. So close. Brayley. Left to Trindle. Gets past one. Still holds on to it. Still going. Trindle. Gets an offload. Trindle. You beauty. You beauty. Mulatalo collects the ball from the offload. The Sharks answer back. And they'll likely take the lead with 5.5 to go in the first half. What did we say, folks? The question was posed. Who's going to change the game? Someone said Trindle. I agree, Trindle and Talakai. What have they done? They've changed the game. They've provided the spark. We're so bloody smart, aren't we? We're so smart. We understand the game. Look at us go. Well done us. Well, this will likely be 6-4 for the Sharks. They've had to deal with so much on their own goal line. The Roosters haven't exactly looked like inept or anything moving the ball. Like, they've put a lot of pressure on them. They've put them under, they've stretched that defence, made them work for it. But they're just not finding those clean breaks into the in-goal area. This is 4-all with a kick to come, but it's in front of the post, so it'll likely be 6-4. Starty92, hi bro, love your channel, thank you very much. Tuning in from St. Helens. Who's your favourite NRL teammate? Well, thank you for stopping by, Starty. Thank you. Favourite NRL team? I'd say the Raiders. It kind of changes for me a little bit based on who I enjoy watching. So, during the COVID years, it was Manly, because their attack, when they were 4th and they were up there, their attack was so fun to watch. So, it used to be Manly. I do like the Dolphins because they're still technically the underdogs. I feel they should have made top 8 by now, but I do like the Raiders just because of how good they've looked. And they're just fun to watch. I like how they're built. I like some of the individuals in there. And I've just kind of liked the Raiders anyway. So it is 6-4, 4 minutes to go. 6-4 Sharks crazy for this game. Roosters have been better team so far, absolutely. I just think Perth will get on next year. I'd have to wait and see what team they build. Just wished it on as a Sharks score. Been a good game. It's been a pretty good game, actually. Low scoring, but back and forth. Few mistakes in there, so both sides need to clean things up. Few penalties as well. But it's been a decent game. Good battle through the middle. Brayley with a scoop from dummy half up towards the 20. How are you today? I'm good, thanks, Jack. How are you, mate? Hope you are well. Raiders are pretenders. I don't think that's harsh to say. I mean, they might not win the grand final, but say they're pretenders is harsh. There's a kick from behind the 40 from Trindle. 40-20 potential. Maybe not the angle. No, not quite the angle. Distance is good. Angle not so much. Collected by Nwangani Tawaze on the try line, basically. So plays it just short of the 10. Savala gives it to Robert Toya. To think I predicted 30-24 to the Sharks. 58 points. We scored 10. 3 minutes to go. Tupou with a carry over the 20. Watson. Right to Tedesco. Then Toya. Bumps off a few. Still going. Robert Toya up towards the halfway line. 2 minutes 45 left. In centre field with Savala. Left to Walker. Now Tedesco. Carries it himself up towards the 30. 2.5 to go. Last tackle for the Roosters. Now with Walker. Chips from 30 metres out. Plenty of height towards the back left. Kennedy underneath this one. Lets it bounce. Bounces nicely enough for Mulatalo. It's fortunate. Someone on Twitter just said about how the BBC commentators will deal with Nwangani Tawaze name during the Ashes. It's fine. If I can do it, if I can just easily say names like Nwangani Tawaze and Kulakefu Finifewaki, they can do it. If I can do it, they can do it. They'll be alright. I feel like with Fasua Malawi, they'll just go Fasua Malawi. They might do a bit of that, but we'll see. 1 minute 50 to go. Fourth tackle. Hamlin Ueli with a carry up towards the 40. I do mess up names from time to time as well. Hines will kick from behind the 30. Collected by Tupou. Takes it over the 40. Bumps off a few. Still going. Ramian gets a hand on him. There's a bit of a mess here. Collected by Ramian. What is going on? What is going on? Offload for Burns. Burns in the corner. Almost. I don't even know what happened there. 1 minute 15 to go. The Sharks have possession like 3 metres out. Hines. Stepping. He's going to play this 5 metres out near the right edge of the field. Brayley. Launches it left to Talakai. Go on, lad. Left to Trindle. Over the top. Trindle to Mulatalo again. Braden Trindle, you beauty. How is Trindle not on Hines money? That's what I want to know. How is he not on Hines money? Mulatalo with a double. Damn, the Sharks. Just picking up those points. They're getting rewarded for that early defensive work. I didn't see what happened with Walker earlier on. I need to see a replay of that. But they go left with Talakai. Gives it to Trindle. There was no Nwangani Tawaze. Don't know where he was. He might have been other side of the field, like trying to recover. But Toya, I think Toya was expecting a winger there. Or maybe didn't realise. I'm not sure, but he stepped inside. There was plenty of space. Plenty of space. That is 10-4 with the kick to come. Look at the Roosters running away with it. What a guy. Knight should have tried and poached Trindle, not Brown. I would have gone for that. Trindle for me. You know who I would take over Brown, actually? Sean O'Sullivan. I would have taken him over Brown, actually. I like his kicking game. I think his run game needs a bit of work, but he can use it. But if they need a halfback to control things, I would have gone with Sean O'Sullivan. Wouldn't take Trindle over Harvey Barron. Sure. Hines with a kick. Bit of swaz on it. Top bins. It's a goal. It is 12-4. Wow. That is half time. How much you bet Cronulla to win? None. I predicted they'll win in my predictions video, but I didn't bet on them. Roosters need to find another gear. Who's going to provide the spark for the Roosters then? I'm going to say it's Wong. Wong, Tedesco and Nwangani Tawaze will provide the spark for the Roosters. Doesn't guarantee they'll win. But we'll have a gander. We'll see how the second half goes. Mark will do something crazy to score again. He does. Ronaldo and Hines are a legendary combo right now. Am I right? Is what you said, sorry. Well, it's Ronaldo and Braden as of right now. They're the ones marrying for this beautiful partnership. What a quality... What a desk of analysts. Braithen Astor is with Kieran Foran, Cooper Cronk and Mal Meninga. What a desk that is. Trindle's so good, man. He's so good. Wow. He is so good. Bloody hell. Underrated. I don't know what Trindle's on now, but if I'm the general manager, the GM at the Sharks, and I want to keep him, my first bid as a minimum, like as an offer for a contract, as a bare minimum is 750k. And that's playing it, like, that's lowballing. Too bad Trindle not eligible for other countries. Would love to see him get more rep footy. This is the thing. It's like the amount of halves that they've, like, that Australia's got. He's eligible for, is it Queensland, right? Is he Queenslander? I think there could have been room if Ben Hunt moves on, DCE moves on, and they want to put Dearden as they want to put Dearden at hooker, or at 14, I should say, and then the halves are open. Trindle could take it. But it's players like Ethan Strange as well. Trindle would be near a mill at any other clubs. I think other clubs should pay it. I'd want him at Warrington. I'd happily have him at Warrington. Arsenal on at 9:30 here in Oz too. Truly have a night of sport tonight. Yeah, I've got Everton in a few hours, and then my club Warrington in a dual stream later as well. So there's a lot going on. Luckily, there's no F1 this week. It's just going all mental. I had NFL the other day. So it's all going on. It's all happening. But yeah, it's players like Trindle and Strange. They've got to compete with Cleary, Moses, Dearden. So it's Munster as well. Bloody hell, forgot Munster. Watch too much sport? Yeah. It happens though, it happens. Sometimes you just love it. Let's see what we're at for subs. We're on 11,920. Bloody hell. If you've not subscribed yet, please do. Trying to hit 12k by the end of the year. I might hit it by the end of the day, actually. It's actually on for the end of the day. It is on. If you have Discord, there's an invite link in the description. Feel free to join that. Can't get enough of it. And with how much of it there is, you have to pick and choose what you watch sometimes. Yeah, it's disappointing. It is disappointing. I used to have a season ticket for Everton, and there has been some times where I've not gone to games. Sometimes it's a bit of a pain getting there. Like, it takes 45 minutes to an hour to drive. It's not a big deal, but it's like the team got worse over time, and it was just a pain in the ass going, like, driving there, watching an awful display, waiting in the car park, trying to get out for ages, and then the drive back. Like, I just couldn't be bothered with it up to a certain point. If we're a better team, I maybe could have been arsed with it, but it's like constantly going and watching shite every week. But I missed a very big game for Everton to stay at home and watch, or to go to Warrington versus Saints at home. I think we beat Saints at home. I think. This was a couple of years ago. Yeah, luckily Warrington did win, I think, at home against Saints. But I chose to go to the Wire game instead of going to Goodison Park to watch Everton beat Crystal Palace 3-2 in the comeback game where we were down 2-0 and won 3-2 in order to not be relegated. I missed that game for Rugby League. That's how dedicated I am to this sport. I missed that game. The last game of the year, the most important game of the year, to watch Warrington versus Saints. But I love it. I love my Rugby League. I love it. Thought Strange is eligible for Kiwis, but probably wants to play Origin. I didn't know that. He might be. I think I put him in over Brown, Strange and Hughes. Ooh, imagine that. Imagine if Ponga goes over as well. Ponga, Strange and Hughes. It's not bad, is it? It's not bad. 'Cause 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 Let's look at stats. See what's been going on. Did the little goosey, he says. Team stats. 51% possession to the Roosters. They've had more time in possession. Completion rate 78% to 77% in favour of the Sharks. Same runs, more meters Roosters. More post-contact meters. One more line break. More tackle breaks. Set distance average is higher for Sharks. Play the ball speed higher for Roosters. Same offloads at 4. Tackle efficiency better for the Roosters right now. So 21 missed tackles for the Sharks. Only 8 for the Roosters. 7 errors for the Sharks, 6 for the Roosters. So yeah, a lot of penalties and a lot of errors so far. I think the Roosters early on were better at moving the ball up the field. Had more territory inside the red zone. But the Sharks just dealt with the pressure. They scrambled, they worked hard, they made it work. And eventually, when they were given some chances, we needed to execute, they made it happen. I think your guy from the Titans... I completely forgot about Keanu Kinney. For those that give a shit, Keanu Kinney is my favourite player in the NRL. I love him. Absolutely love him. I think he's an unbelievable prospect for the future, because there's still more he can learn. I love watching him play. You're a fan of a lot of sports teams, but no one is above the Brisbane Broncos. A jump off some cups into a pool if it meant a premiership. Don't do that. Maybe don't do that. Roosters definitely not out of this. Well in this one. Only an 8-point lead. I think if Roosters can get some faster ruck speed, really help their attack, absolutely. Brings Watson into it, brings the halves into it. Tedesco, would love a few quick play the balls as well. There's going to be some great international rugby, though. It's going to be great. Who is Harvey Barron? Harvey Barron is he's a young winger for Hull FC in Super League. He's quite tall, quite pacey as well. But he's getting like proper starts at Hull FC on the right wing. So he's, a bit of a fan favourite at Hull FC now. Okay then. Finals. Let's have a look. So, again, the loser of this game is out. And the winner of this will play the loser of Raiders vs Broncos tomorrow. Hey, when I Google NRL Finals, my YouTube thumbnail is the 6th image that comes up. How cool is that? Well, that's for me anyway. It might be because, I don't know, cookies and all that. Who knows? My thumbnail comes up. Very nice. I will be streaming the game tomorrow, by the way. Raiders by 13 plus. How much the channel grown this year? Hey, it's unbelievable. I'm trying to find on my stats. Players are coming out, by the way. I'm trying to find on my stats what I had on the 1st of January. I'm trying to find exactly what I had. Actually, Social Blade might have it. Okay, well, anyway, we're back underway. I think this year, in 2025, is at least 7,000. At least. At least. Which is double what I had at the start of the year. Nearly. It's close. Not quite. So Hamlin Uele with the next carry. Third tackle. Sharks in possession. Salakai up towards the 30 and a few extra metres. Nice indeed. State of Origin helped. Massively. God, the views on that was ridiculous. I got up to 800 live viewers in Game 2. It was insane. Trindle will kick on the last. Towards the back left. Nwangani Tawaze collects it on his own 10. Stops just short of the 20. Fair play Sharkies. Roosters need to find something here. Maybe golden point. Maybe. Toya with the next carry over the 20. Yeah, Damus, I get what you mean. It's kind of like matchups, really. Like, it's not... For this finals run, it's not just about one team being better than other teams, so they should go further. It's kind of like the matchups are tricky. And there's a launch left to Tupou. Bit of space down the left, flicks it back inside, collected by Billy Smith. Near the left touchline. Tupou, now Walker. Kicks on the last. Kennedy underneath it. Collects cleanly. Tedesco was there to challenge. Winner of this game will play Broncos in the final, lol. Okay. You're very confident about the Broncos this year, Drizzy. You're very confident. It's a Talakai. With the next carry over the 10. Fourth tackle. It's a good defensive work for the Roosters so far. A tackle from marker from Billy Smith. Sharks struggling on this set. Hines goes left to Trindle. Belts the ball. Only finds the halfway line. Collected by Nwangani Tawaze. Cuts back towards the right edge. Slips over near the 40. So yeah, with the carry over the 40. 3 minutes nearly gone in the second half. 35 metres out, I should say. 6 again for the Roosters. Wong has it on the 30. Walker left to Crichton. Stopped just short of the 20. What's that 1,000 to do? Is that tackles or something, or what's that for? Walker goes right to Savala. Now Tedesco. Might have the numbers here. Nwangani-Tawaze near the right edge of the field. Or right touchline, I should say. 5, maybe 4 metres out. 3.5 minutes gone. Now it's Savala on the 4th tackle. Across to Walker. Out the back to James Tedesco. Across to Crichton. Now Billy Smith. Wayward out the back from Billy Smith. Into touch. Oh dear. Oh dear. Sharks defense been everywhere today? Absolutely. I think the Roosters offense might be a little flat actually. It's just kind of next man up or next man rugby, just flat. Just one by one by one by one by one, and they need more depth. I think a bit more shape, and I think Walker and Savala, they got to start digging into the line a little bit more. They got to start digging in, draw some players in, get the ball out the back. Ramian with a carry down the right hand side is stopped on the 30. 4th tackle, Hines gives it to Kennedy, cuts back towards the right again. Is tackled, so not great here from the Sharks with Hines. Kicks long in the hands of Tedesco. 25 out from his own try line. Praying the Sharkies hold it off. They might do. Great defensive set. Yeah, it was great from the Roosters. Excellent stuff. And they'll build this field position. Nwangani-Tawaze down the left-hand side next to Tupou. Plays it for him. Now with Walker. Gives it to Collins. Second half territory, 96% for the Roosters. Bad kick again, yeah, not great. Not great. Switch back to Radley from Walker. Takes it over the 20. 2 more tackles to go. Short side right to Walker. Now with Toya. He'll be stopped just over the 10. So with Walker, kicks cross field on the last. Katoa. Well done. Sione Katoa is great in the air. Tupou wasn't really going for the contest there, but it was nicely done. Raymond with a carry, just short of the 10. Mulatalo with the next carry. Through centre field. Sharks really struggling for territory right now. Trindle gives it to Kale Ido. Brayley. Now Mulatalo again. Second carry of the set. Last tackle to behind the 20. Well, Tupou didn't really go up for it, to be honest. Hines kicks from behind the 20. Going to be caught on the 40. Put your leg through it, Nico. Put your leg through it, mate. The ball doesn't have feelings, I promise you. Just smash the damn thing. Siwa Wong with a carry over the 30. Still slightly injured? I'm not sure, actually. They wouldn't put him in if he wasn't alright. He's probably fine. They just want to save him as an impact player. They don't want to use him up front. So we'll see when he comes in. Roosters 5 metres out, left of the post, left to Walker. Kicks the ball through, chase from Crichton. He has put it down. I think that's all good. Have they answered back? They have done all that territory, the Roosters, surely. A numbers game, they'd answer back. And they finally do. I think there's too much flat attack, just from one man to the other. So it just took a kick this time. A grubber kick. Well done, Walker. One of the best short-range kicking games in the comp. There we go. The Roosters answer back 12-8 with a kick to come. Important kick this, because then you can bring penalties into the game and 20-metre dropout. Or, sorry, 40-metre dropouts. Drop goals, that's the one. Got there first time, eventually. Nailed it. Surely Nicola is better starting option than Burns and Wilton. Over Burns, yes. Wilton has been the regular on the left edge, hasn't he? But I think Nicker has been out a couple of weeks. Burns might have earned a spot. Crucial try indeed. So we've had 8.5 minutes gone in the second half. The kick near the touch, well, not quite near the touchline from Walker looks good, and it is good. 12-10. Got a game now. The Sharks have been dealing with a lot more pressure. Again, they're struggling to get out their own end at the moment. Really struggling. You got to have Trindle kicking. You can't have Hines doing these long-range kicks. If you want to go to the corners, like if you're already up the field, then Hines can kick, sure. But you've got to let Trindle do it. You've got to let him do it. Why is that message restricted on YouTube? Either way, all games from now on will be crackers. Imagine next week, Roosters. Because you said crackers? Thinking that crack? Who knows? Made it up to halfway. Yeah, exactly. It's with Siwa Wong. I did say, though, who gives the spark? Tedesco was one, Wong was another. Did I say... No, I didn't say Walker. I said Nwangani Tawaze. So, scratch that. Reverse it. And there's a lost ball in midfield from the Roosters here. They had a bit of a break there, but they lost it. They bloody lost it. Trindle should be kicking, and they should have Hazelton on the team. I don't know why Hazelton isn't. I really don't know. Lucky Sharks there. Well... You know, Roosters had to execute. They had to do it. Yeah, Hines just needs to actually put his bloody foot through it. Get some distance on the kick. So 10 minutes gone. 30 minutes to go in this game. 2-point lead for the Sharks. They have a scrum on halfway, and it's now down the right edge with Ramian. This is their first play the ball in the Roosters half. In this second half. First one. There we go. Talakai gives it to Kafusi. Just short of the 30. I'd imagine the Sharks score now down the left edge with Wilton. 25 metres out. Trindle in centre field. Switches back to Hamlin Ueli. He's going to be stopped on the 20. Last tackle. 20 metres out. Trindle down the left edge, pops it up to Wilton, gets an offload to Brayley, and is then collected by Watson. Takes it over the 20, now the 30. Watson still going, up towards the 40. Great return. 29 minutes to go. Walker down the left-hand side now with Crichton, up towards halfway already. Already up towards halfway. Now the 40. Damn. It's with Billy Smith. On the 30. Easy meters again. Watson in centre field with Walker. Right to Wong. On the 20. Easy meters. Butcher. Carry through the middle up towards the 10. 5 metres out. They collected the ball on the 10 or the 20. I can't quite remember, but it's already 5 metres out. Walker loses the ball. The Roosters could have definitely punished the Sharks a lot more for the territory they've had. But that is a mistake. Even if Sharks win this game, they don't beat anyone else, not even for a minute. Have they been the better team in this game? They could still beat other teams in these finals. Like if the Sharks get, either the Raiders or the Broncos. Either side. I think they can still beat either side. Doesn't mean they necessarily will, but I still think they can. The kick from Trindle, collected on the 20 by Tedesco, takes it over the 30. Nikota finally on. Alright, let's go. Let's go, lad. Tupou with the next carry, just short of his own 40. Is that tackles for Brayley? I'm not sure what this 1,000 stuff is for Brayley. Right to Savala. Carries it over the halfway line. Walker. Down the right edge. Across to Tedesco. Nwangani Tawaze up towards the 30. Last tackle coming up in a second. Near the right touchline. Toya. Now Walker. Boot to ball. Comes down near the 10. Kennedy goes up. Collects it cleanly. Nicely done. Yeah, you got to keep in mind, like, this is one game where the Sharks haven't been great. I think people can be too quick to, like, say, a team loses a game, oh, that's it, they're not capable anymore. It's like, okay, well, they might not be great next week. If they win this, they might be awful next week and they lose it. But it doesn't automatically guarantee they're a bad one week. The Panthers were last at one point. After a few months in the season, they were last at one point. Like, it doesn't mean anything. Nico, what are you doing? You're kicking straight to him. What are you doing? Roosters already over halfway. Crichton with the next carry over the 40. Nico Hines is going to piss me off. Walker in centre field. Pops it up to Butcher. And the ball pops out. Roosters, what are you doing? How much territory do you want? Kennedy with half a break up towards the 40. Hines now with Ramian. Almost tipped beyond the horizontal, but it's all good. Absolutely JD. They got plenty of tackles to go. 25 minutes left in this game. Brayley on the halfway line goes left to Fanua Blake. Up towards the 40. And a few extra metres. Third tackle. Brayley goes right to Burns. Then to Hines. Switches back to Britton Nicola. I think it's Burns playing at lock at the moment. There's a scoot from Brayley. Space behind the ruck possibly. Slips over just short of the 20. Last tackle for the Sharks. Hines, left to Trindle. He's going to kick this towards the back left. There's a contest. Nwangani Tawaze wins it. What an absolute freak of nature again. You love me, and I'm your favourite rugby streamer. Well, thank you very much. It's very kind of you to say. I knew this would be a close contest. No, you didn't. You told me the Roosters would smash the Sharks. Who said that before? Oh, is Drizzy talking nonsense? Is Drizzy Drake talking absolute raucous? Now Fahu White with a carry over the 30. Collected by Kennedy on his own 30. Up towards the 40. It's now with Katoa. Ooh, smashed into by Billy Smith. Still on the 40. Hines to Ramian. Sharks are really struggling for meters right now. Better from Sharks since subs. Maybe a little bit. Space down the right edge for Katoa. Just short of the 30. 23 minutes to go. Still think the Sharks, they need to find more meters in possession. They need to. Fanua Blake with the next carry. A few more meters there. Over the 30. Plays it 25 out. Brayley goes left to Hines on the last. Left to Trindle. Having a go here. Iro. 2-on-1 in the corner. Mulatalo dragged into touch by Nwanganitawaze. Good stuff. Good stuff. Put them under pressure. They turn over the ball in good territory, so not too bad. Not bad. Look at him go. Yeah, solid defence there. I'd say Nwanganitawaze is on for man of the match. Like, obviously, there's still a lot of time to go. 22 minutes left. But there's still... I think he's up there. He's in the conversation. I think Trindle is as well. We'll have to see. Rudolph back on. Fair enough. Next carry through centre field from Crichton. Takes it over his own 20. Savala with a kick behind his own 30 on the 4th tackle. Collected by Kennedy. Takes it over the 30. Cutting back towards the left. It's now with Mulatalo up towards the 40. It's a good place to start a set for the Sharks here, but the Roosters have done well to restrict the metres. Iro with the first carry of this set. Just cuts back towards the middle. Just run straight. Kennedy. Now with Hines. Then to Katoa. Bumps off a few. Mate, they've made 5 metres in 2 tackles. What are you doing? It's with Burns. Now with Rudolph. Over the halfway line. There you go. Just run it straight. For God's sake, man. 21 minutes left. 2 tackles to go. Brayley. Left to Burns. Left to Trindle. Now with Iro up towards the 30. Last tackle. Back towards the middle to Braden Trindle. Boots a ball. Plenty of height on this one. Tedesco wants to get this one. And he does cleanly. Well taken from James Teddy Tedesco. Plays it short the 20. Now with Walker in centre field. Left to Tupou. Stopped on the 20. Sharks looking better now? I don't know about better. Well, better than they were, but I think the Roosters still looking like the better side. Kicks from the Roosters in the last few sets have not been good. Steep is on for the Roosters. Gets an offload for Tedesco. Unless he lost it, I don't know. Lenyu's back on as well. Lenyu with the next carry up towards halfway. And we're done with 3 quarters of the game. We have finally entered the final quarter. 20 minutes to go. Kick on the last. Kennedy underneath. 15 out from his own try line. Drops just short of the 20. Now with Mulatalo. Shifting down the left edge. Trindle. Down the short side left to Hines. Back inside to Trindle. Now Mulatalo again. Spencer Lenyu smashes into him. So now with Wilton up towards the 30. The Sharks need to be a little bit more process focused. A little bit too chaotic, I think. Hines with the carry up towards the 40. Get it to Trindle. Find the corners. Trindle in possession. Going to smash this one. Bit of a lot of spin on that one. Oof. Nwanganitawaze takes it cleanly. Nicely done. Rudolph bringing some energy they need. Absolutely. Talakai can still come back on later as well. I think he'll be a difference maker again when he gets back on the field. But I am disappointed with the Roosters here because the amount of territory they've had, the amount of good possession they've had inside the red zone, and then Tupou's just lost it on his own 30. Mate, the amount of territory, the amount of restrictions you've put on the Sharks, and you've not been able to put up more points in this entire game is really disappointing. I backed the Sharks to win, and I want the Sharks to win because I backed them to win. But this has been disappointing from the Roosters. I expected better. Both sides in the back and forth, you've got to be clean. Fortunately for the Roosters, they're in a position where the Sharks didn't know what they were doing. They didn't drop the ball, they just didn't know what they were doing. Now the Sharks have it 30 metres out. If they can switch on here and the Sharks score, If the Sharks score next, if they get 6 points here, I don't think the Roosters come back. But they need to switch on like they did against the Storm a few weeks back. Just less than 18 minutes to go. Left to Trindle, 20 metres out, switches back to Iro. Now 15 metres out. Brayley in centre field with Hines. Stepping, goes himself, stopped on the 10. 2 more tackles to go, 17 and a half left. Brayley in centre field, left to Burns. Goes himself, he's going to be stopped 2 metres in front of the try line. Left of the post, last tackle. Brayley, left to Trindle. Pops it across to Kennedy. Kennedy in the corner is wrapped up near the touchline. Good defence there from the Roosters. Big stop there. But they turn over the ball right in the corner, so if the Sharks are really disciplined on this set, they will pin the Roosters back. They need this territory. Nwangani stopped 5 out from his own try line. Watson, now with Toya, stopped just short the 10. Maybe lost the ball? He did lose the ball. Mate. The errors from the Roosters have absolutely killed him. Yeah, it's a loose carry. I don't think Sharks taking 5th is the greatest result. I think they need to force a dropout or something. Just chew through that time a little more. You could be right, actually. Could be right. I reckon go for it on this one. Off this scrum, go for it. Little trick play. Back it. They just go left to Mulatalo. They might score anyway. Keltino. Oh, it's forward. $15.5 to go. It just keeps happening. It just keeps happening. I think it is forward. A lot of nerves on display, yeah. See, this is where your halfbacks, you can't really be looking at Savala. This is where you need Tedesco, you need Walker leading the charge here for the Roosters. You need them on song here. And then for the Sharks, you need Hines, you need Trindle. Calling things out, setting the tempo. Now Fahu White with the carry up towards the 30. 15 minutes to go. I see you deleted that message there, McLuhan. I see you. Walker, over halfway, half a break. Wants an offload maybe. Last tackle, just inside Sharks territory. It's with Savala. Gets the kick away. That's shocking kick. Shocking. Bounces just over the 30. Bounces backwards for Nwangani. Cuts back towards the middle. Chip over the top, but it's collected by Hines. He's brought down on his 30. It's with Ramian. Player was taken out. No penalty given though. Sharks up towards halfway with Ramian. Kennedy at dummy half gives it to Katoa. He's now up towards halfway and still going. Kennedy scoots over the 40. 14 minutes to go. Fourth tackle. It's now with Fanua Blake. Left to Trindle. Carries it himself. 25 metres out on the last tackle. Got to find the corner here. Hines down the short side left. Chips it towards the back left. Nwangani goes up, collects cleanly. Comes down with it awkwardly, but he's okay. What a quality player Nwangani is. 13.5 to go. What a player. Sharks need territory badly, otherwise they'll eventually concede a try. Yes. They're fortunate at the moment that the Roosters keep dropping the ball. But I think the Sharks' defence needs to be a little bit stronger. They've got to restrict the metres. And they've done a good job here. It's fourth tackle. They're only up to the 30. It's with Tedesco. 35 out. So yeah, much better set here. He is, yes, Saga, he is. Walker under pressure, gets it to Savala. He then kicks. Plenty of height, not much distance though. Hugo, these have got to be better. These must be better. Kennedy, shifting left. Bit of room to run here for Kennedy. Stop just short of halfway. Plays it for Trindle. It's now in Mulatalo. Inside Roosters territory up towards the 40. 12.5 to go. Quick play the ball. Nobody there. Eventually, Iro shows up. Carries it up towards the 30. It's down the short side left. With Wilton. 25 metres out. 2 tackles to go. Brayley. Right to Colquhoun. Out the back to Fanua Blake. There was a player jamming in there. Took Hines out the game. And a penalty for the Sharks. Do not go for 2. Do not go for 2. Don't do it. Don't go for 2. No, they're going for 2. No. There is... If they work the ball up the field, fair enough. But you are getting dominated in the field position battle. You are giving away 80 metres. $11 minutes 20 to go. Yes, they run a bit of time off the clock. Why'd you go for 2? 4 points doesn't guarantee anything. True. Like, I understand that the assumption is if you have a 4-point lead, then you don't have to worry about the 2-point drop goal. You don't have to worry about a penalty. I get it. But you are struggling for territory. You have been all game. You are giving up 80 metres. If they don't work the ball up the field, if they get stuck in their own half, it's going to be a major problem. And they will have to defend for their lives on their own goal line. Now, if they back it up with a good set, offensively, good defensive sets as well, if they can back it up, fair enough. It's just, as of right now, they haven't shown the evidence that they can do it. Roosters get us back underway. Kick towards the back right. 10 minutes to go. Trindle gives it to Rudolph. I get it. There's like it removes the 2-point drop goal, removes penalties, so they can be ill-disciplined. But there is a chance that they have to deal with a lot of pressure now. Unless, if they can get the ball at the field, great. Colquhoun is stopped just short of the 30. Brayley. Now with Fanua Blake up towards the 40. So not a bad opening set. This is okay. Brayley on his left, right to Hines up towards halfway. Okay, not a bad set. But, oh, he loses the ball. Great. Imagine you did that on their 10 instead. Imagine you did that on their 10. The amount of errors in this game. Team stats. 10 errors for the Sharks. 12 for the Roosters. 10 for the Sharks. You've been dropping the ball. Eight minutes 42 to go. It is now with Steep on the Sharks 40. Walker. Then to Lenu. Watson. 30 metres out, goes right to Walker. Then to Savala. Across to Tedesco. Good hands across to Nwangani Tawaze. I mean, that wasn't... It bounced forwards at the end, but that wasn't forwards. They're going to challenge. Okay. So the ref was claiming a knock-on when it was tipped on. I think it was just lateral, to be honest. I think it was flat. But the Roosters claiming a play was taken out. Okay, there's absolutely nothing wrong with the baton from... Oh, actually, hang on. Hang on. Maybe it was slightly, actually. Oh, they're just watching a player get taken out of the ball, I think. Oof, Radley was taken out. This could actually be a penalty for the Roosters. Trindle steps into Radley, so that might actually be a Roosters penalty. Yeah, successful challenge. It is Roosters ball. Eight minutes to go. Guess that's why they took the two. Yeah, but they've got possession 30 metres out. This is what we're talking about. It's the territory that's the issue. Half-time score was 12-4 to the Sharks, I think. Walker switches back to Lenu. 7 minutes 45. Watson, left to Walker. Now Crichton, 15 metres out. Walker, right to Savala, then to Wong. Toya, same hairstyle, that's what got me. Near the right touchline, Nwangani Tawaze, left to Savala, now with Walker, then to Steep, last tackle, 10 metres out. Watson, left to Walker, chips towards the back left. Katoa goes up, collects it in goal. Well done, Katoa. Huge take, well done. 7 minutes left, 20 metre tap, 7 tackle set. Switches back to Mulatalo, he takes it up towards the 30. Well, that's what the Sharks needed. That's what they needed. If they are going to take the two, they give up the territory, they have got to actually execute off the back of it. Mulatalo is not in a good way at the moment. He has been, yeah, he's been great. 6.5 to go. Brayley in centre field on the 30. Left to Iro. Just shy of the 40. Brayley on his right to Kennedy. Oof, could have been a high shot. Didn't look great from White, but it's going to be next carry from Fanua Blake inside Roosters territory. Still going up towards the 40. 6 minutes to go. 2 tackles left. He's now with Rudolph. Strong carry. White wants his pants. Brayley goes left to Trindle on the last. Boot to ball. Plenty of height. Not really finding the corner properly, but plenty of height. Nwangani Tawaze goes up, collects it cleanly. This guy has been incredible under the high ball. If Sharks win this game, it'll be one of the biggest smash and grabs in Rugby League. Maybe. Ooh, wayward from Watson. And that's a mistake from the Roosters. Oh my God. The amount of territory they've had this game, the Roosters have thrown this one away. They are going to challenge it. 5 minutes 20 to go. The clock is stopped. They will challenge. The Roosters, the amount of territory is ridiculous. At this point, Roosters don't deserve to win either. Yeah, pretty much. So that is going to be a knock-on. Can both teams lose, we reckon? Let's find a way. I'll tell you what, let's get to Golden Point. play out Golden Point for the 2 halves. And then when it's tied, we have to go again. And just keep doing 5 minutes at a time until everyone has to go home and the lights turn off. Is that 23 or 24 errors now? In this game? Bloody hell. Let's see. Sharks are only 20 metres out. My bad. Team stats. That is 24 total errors. 11 for the Sharks, 13 for the Roosters. Colquhoun with a carry up towards the 10. 5 minutes to go. If the Sharks score here, it is game over. Right to Hines. Carries it himself. Stop 5 metres out. Right at the post. Brayley. Left to Trindle. Gives it to Fanua Blake. Back over the 10. People do ask David, but it is very difficult to do. It is with Rudolph trying to crash over, and he does easily. That was easy. Imagine you just complete your sets. Imagine you don't keep dropping the ball. Imagine you don't have 13 errors in a game. After all the territory you've had, imagine. Wouldn't it be great if you didn't turn the ball over inside your own half from stupid mistakes and then have to defend on the try line when you need to try yourself? Imagine you just didn't drop the ball. Imagine I won the lottery, to be fair. That is going to be game over. That is 18-0 with a kick to come. That is going to be 10. 2010. Rudolph comes on, helps the forward pack, crashes over. Yeah, so on the time up on screen, it is possible with the NRL because they actually have it on, they've actually got it on Google, so I can technically get a screen grab of the actual time, but it's harder to do with the other stuff, so I just don't set it up. I normally go over time anyway. Staying in stream, but switching over to Arsenal Forest. Fair enough. Fair enough. I saw a John Lennon video on TikTok. There's a guy with like John Lennon glasses on COD. The enemy will never see us. With some high-vis goggles on. Imagine all the people. There's 100 people here. Crazy. 3 minutes 18 to go. The kick was good. Of course it was good. Good thing it's a finals game. Makes it watchable. Yeah, good point. Short kickoff. It is not backwards by the Roosters, but collected by Britain Nicola. 3 minutes 10 to go. Well done, Sharks. To be fair to them, I think it's at this point, I do actually think the Sharks deserve to win. It's at this point because of how much defensive pressure they've been under and how well they've dealt with it. You look at the amount of errors from the Roosters, the amount of territory they had but didn't come up with points. I think at this point, like at half time, the Roosters maybe were the better side, but I think now it's safe to say the Sharks do actually deserve the win. Not deserve it necessarily, but they've deserve it more than the Roosters, at least. Hines will kick towards touch, and he finds touch behind the 10. Good kick there from Hines. The Roosters have just been inconsistent. They're a dangerous side, but they've been inconsistent. Storm were terrible. Roosters were never as good as people were making them out to be. Mate, in that second half, Roosters were fantastic. In that second half. This year, Roosters have been a dangerous side. But next year, I think there are pieces in that side for next year that could do some good stuff. Sharks play loser of Raiders Broncos? Yes, they do. That is right. Yeah, so tomorrow I'll be doing Raiders versus Broncos. Whoever loses will play the Sharks next week. Crichton on the 20. Now with White wrapped up. Minute and a half to go. 2 tackles to go. It's now with Collins. Across to Savala. Now it's with Walker. Launches it to Nwangani Tuaze. Still going. Gets a kick as well. Collected by but I'm not even mad about it. He just did some amazing stuff and under pressure had to do that. I'm not even mad. Nwangani Tuaze has been, even in games where the Roosters have been poor, he's always been quality. I actually kind of want to give him man of the match, to be honest. But I think I'm going to put up a short list. There's a minute to go. He's one. I'm going to make him another. Who else? Who else in the shortlist? Trindle kicks into touch. And, alright, shortlist is going to go up in a second. Alright, well, that is my shortlist for man of the match. Have a vote on the poll. 5 seconds to go. Tedesco in possession. The whistle's blown, the hooter sounds, and that is full time. The Sharks get it done. My God. My God. So, first off, the Roosters had so much territory. So much bloody territory. They did nothing with it. They found 4 points in the first half. But eventually, started dropping the ball. Sharks were able to come back into it with territory of their own. Good territory. And then put up the points. It looked easier for the Sharks to find points in the red zone than the Roosters. In the second half, more errors from both. Roosters had great territory again, but just didn't find anything. They just could not get points. Sharks worked really well in defence. They had a lot to deal with, and they did a great job on their own goal line. Through the middle, the Sharks, at times, found it difficult to get the ball up the field. They were pinned back a couple times inside their own 20, which was tough for them, but they still stuck through the grind, kept with it. They got stuck in. They were stuck in their own 20, but they kept going. And eventually, more mistakes from the Roosters. A couple penalties here and there, not too many. Well, compared to the errors anyway. Worked the ball at the field. And when they needed to put points on the board, they did. The Sharks were not great. But that defensive effort is what got them the win there. The defensive effort got them the win. Constantly grinding it out. And when they needed to find something, they found it. So for me, the Sharks do just about deserve the win in that one. And there we go. So there is a poll in the live stream chat. 17 votes, 53% say that Nwangani Tuaze should get man of the match. Roosters join Warriors for Mad Monday. Get in. So no votes for Rudolph. I did think that Rudolph kind of changed the game in the second half. That's why I put him in the shortlist. And the try as well to secure it. Mulatalo with 2 tries. Trindle with his kicking, I think, was very helpful in the first half. A little bit in the second as well. Nwangani Tuaze was a freak of nature. You're right, McLovin. They will do. They'll need to find another level. I think they can. But it's going to be difficult. They'll have a tough opponent either way. Where are we at for subs? 11,935. I am 65. 65 subs away from 12,000. I might hit it this weekend. I thought I was going to hit it today. I think I'm a little bit too far off. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It'd be greatly appreciated. I will be streaming Raiders vs Broncos tomorrow. It's going to be a great game. Very, very good game. There's a lot of strong opinions. Fair few Broncos fans in my predictions video claiming it is definitely going to be a Broncos win. There's Drizzy before claiming that the Broncos will smash the Raiders, which they might do. But we'll see. And thank you for stopping by, David. Thank you, everyone that stopped by. So I'll just end the poll there. 19 votes, 47% say Nwanga Nitawase. I'm happy to give it to him as well. So yeah, Nwanga Nitawase, man of the match. But yeah, if I don't see you for the rest of the weekend, have a great weekend. Get Everton on later. Let's go. Up with Toffees. We're to Warrington later to upset Hull FC's dreams. Probably not. But yeah, have a great weekend. Toodle pip.